mountain yoga. Let's start on our mat and we're going to work on our hips today. So getting some mobility and some strength into our hips. So if we start lying on our back and just arriving before we start. Nice to have you all here today. So you can either lie on your mat, or if you haven't got a mat, just lie on the floor. Maybe have bare feet so you get a bit of stability and grip there. If you're sitting on a chair, just closing your eyes and just let's start by scanning our body. So lying down, feet out hip width, flop your feet out to the side, palms turning up, make a bit of space between your armpits and your arm. And just arriving, maybe placing a hand on your heart and a hand on your tummy. Just observing your breath. Just getting centered. Seeing how you're breathing today. That's always a good way of checking how you are today. Really listening in. Any lower back pain, just place your feet on the mat and releasing your lower back or supporting your legs in any way that's comfortable. So take a deep inhalation in through your nostrils and a deep sigh out through your mouth. Deep inhalation through your nostrils. Really feel it filling up your tummy and your chest. And exhale with a deep, big sigh. Keep blowing, keep getting rid of all that air so you can't blow out anymore. Belly will really go towards your spine. And relax. Just letting go of any control over your breathing. Let's scan our body. Checking how that is today. So let's start by our toes. Travelling up to our ankles, our lower legs, our knees, our legs, our hips. How are your hips today now before we start working on them? Travelling up through your spine, to your shoulders, to your neck, maybe lifting your head, elongating it and placing it back down on the mat. Fingers, your wrists. My hands are really tight from doing lots of gardening. Travelling up through your elbows, to your upper arms, back to your shoulders, up through your neck, up to your face and your head. Feeling the weight of your head lying on the mat or maybe against the back of your chair. Relax your brain, relax your eyes, relax your jaw. How are you today? I hope you're well, I hope you're safe, and I hope you're happy. Just lie here for a minute and maybe think about 3 things that you're grateful for today. Put a smile on your face if you can, while you're thinking about these things that you are grateful for. Start wriggling your fingers, wriggling your toes, hucking your knees into your chest. Hugs are good. Rocking from side to side. Then grabbing hold under the back of your thighs and start rocking up and coming up into seated position. Welcome again to everybody else that's joined us. Let's start here and seated. So let's bring our feet together into the butterfly pose. If you want, you can sit on a wedge or blanket or anything like that, just to bring a bit of a tilt into your lower back. So you're sitting with a nice upright spine. So feet together, grabbing hold of your feet with your thumb, sort of at the back of the, just under your toes, under that big plum under your toes. So we're opening up our hips. So let's breathe in, or we can grab hold of our shins, bit of leverage. So let's breathe in through your nostrils. And exhale, pressing the knees towards the ground. So working within your limitations. If you've got any injuries, anything like that, just work what's good for you. Any questions about any injuries, any tightness, anything, drop me a private message. Inhale, reaching up, nice long spine. Exhale, pressing them knees towards the floor. So we're using our breathing to come further into the poses. This is what yoga is unique for. So inhale, nice long spine. So again, thinking about that golden thread that's pulling you up, making some space between your vertebrae. Exhale, pushing your knees towards the floor with no hope of them overreaching. Inhale, coming up again. Exhale, maybe placing your elbows on your knees and just leaning them there. Just a little bit of gravity. Just easing them out to the side. One more breath here, so we're kind of coming forward, elongating our spine. Exhale, pressing the knees towards the floor. Inhale again, and exhale, maybe fall forward if you want. Now you can round your back. If you're rocking from side to side, that's just what feels good for me right now. So just do what's good for you. Listen to your body. It will tell you what it wants to do. Okay, exhale, pushing back up into seated. Let's place our left leg out in front. Let's hug that right leg in, placing it over the left if we can, if that's good. Interlacing our fingers out in front. Exhale, folding our left lower arm around that knee, pulling it into the side, and you might feel a stretch coming down here at the back of your right leg, into your glutes. Having a nice strong left foot, so the toes coming towards the shin. Let's reach up and coming up towards the sky with our right hand. Exhale, just gently placing it behind you, coming into that twist. It's a bit like we're grabbing for the seat belt. So it's just our upper chest coming in towards twisting. Take a deep inhalation here, nice long spine. Exhale, twisting around. Oh, that's nice and tight on me today. Ooh. Again, exhale, releasing that, releasing your right leg down. Inhale, and then exhale, hugging your left leg. Bringing it over if you can, if that's good for you. Nice, strong right foot coming towards the shin. Interlacing your fingers in front. Exhale, curling your right arm now around your left foot. Knee. Inhale, reaching your left arm up and over. Exhale, twisting to the side. So again, upper ribs on your shoulders. Keeping the core kind of where it is. And then maybe looking over your left shoulder, just gently with your neck. And releasing that. Let's come up into standard. Into standing. You're going to come into some, in fact, let's stay down on your knees. Very, very sorry if you're already up. Let's come onto our knees and let's put our right leg forward into a lunge. So we got our foot under our knee and we got our left knee under our left hip. We never want our knees sort of too far over our right foot. So let's inhale, reaching up, and then exhale, coming forward. So we are stretching our left hip flexor. So you might need to come forward with that right foot, this caterpillar walking in, So you can come into that stretch, but that your foot is still under your knee. This is especially good for runners, cyclists, anybody sitting down for a long time. It's not often we stretch out our hip flexors. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, coming forward again. It's another stretch. So it's good to hold each stretch, each pose, each asana for about 30 seconds or so, focusing on your breath. Just to get that muscle memory in. So your muscles are remembering that it's safe to come into these poses. Let's come straight back. So we're squaring on our hips, so coming straight back. So your right foot might either be on the mat or coming up in the air, doesn't matter. And coming straight back, and you might feel the stretch on your hamstring on your right. So again, we're thinking about either straight back or you can fold over that right leg. A good time to observe how fluffy your leggings are, or you can gaze towards your big toe. Okay, let's come forward again and kind of lift your back knee a little, so you're coming sort of above the knee, so you're not resting on the knee, but you're kind of resting just on top of your knee. And then bring your left foot up towards your buttocks. And if it's good for you, grabbing hold of that foot. With the right arm might be better. Either arm. With your right arm, you can place your left hand down on the mat, coming into another little twist, same times as you are stretching the quad on your left. Definitely have to focus on my breath here. That's again for me very nice and tight. I love it when I stretch with clients and I was like, oh, stretch this, and I realised how tight I am myself in certain poses. Let's get, release that pose, pushing up into another low lunge, and then let's reach up again with our hands up towards the ceiling. And then coming into a slight back bend if that's for you. If not, just staying up straight. Squeezing your glute, pressing that lower leg into the mat. Having the pressure through all four corners of your foot. Nice and stable here. Gazing up towards your hands. Let's bring our hands back down to the mat. Let's swap legs. Let's bring the right foot back. And the left up, so we're now in a low lunge on the other side. Let's reach our hand up towards the sky again, and we're coming forward again. Walk that left foot forward, so you always have your foot under your knee. And we're now feeling the hip flexor stretch on our right. Easy breath, inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, coming into that pose a little bit further. Squeezing your glutes, and you can really engage the stretch at the front. Releasing the hip flexor muscles. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your nose. Coming into that stretch. One more breath. Then pushing straight back. So we're now coming into the hamstring stretch again. The left foot either coming up or flat on the mat. If it's flat on the mat, you can probably feel more of a stretch at the front of your foot as well. Just feel like what you want to stretch today. So we're thinking about our hips being level, hands on the floor, or you can sort of come up onto your shin. So you've got a straighter back. Let's bring that forward. We're going to come into that quad stretch. So right hand next to the left foot, coming onto the top of that knee again. Start folding that towards our buttocks, and then if we can, grab hold of that right leg coming into a quad stretch. And breathe. Sam is not here today, he must be sleeping somewhere else. No idea where he was. It's so funny, yesterday, once, he had been taking part of the yoga here with us. Then he just laid in a chair and ignored me the rest of the day. It's like, right, the show is over. I'll ignore you now like a proper cat for the rest of the day. Letting go of that right leg at the back and the quad stretch. Coming back up into a low lunge. Bringing your left back in. Let's inhale, bringing our arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, coming back into a slight back bend stretch. Gazing up towards your hands. Another breath in here. Squeezing your glutes, pressing that lower leg into the mat, shoulders down, and relax. Let's push up into standing. Leave your feet where they are. So we're now on train tracks with the right foot back and the left foot forward. Maybe making a little bit more space. And then let's inhale our hands up towards the ceiling again. Exhale, just bending the left foot, leaving the right foot where it is. And coming into stretch here. That's stretching your muscles at the back of your leg. As well, you can feel it here in your hip flexor. So now we're making our hips stronger in these poses as well. Then straighten your legs, turning that the right foot at the back to the side. Let's reach with our left hand out as far as it can. If you've got hypermobility, please keep a little bend in that left leg. If not, locking your knee gently, reaching forward the hand, placing your right hand on your hip. And then when you can't reach further anymore, bringing that left hand down towards the floor on your shin, and then reaching up with your right hand, gazing up towards the sky or out to the side, and being here, nice and straight, arms tucked on top of each other. Let's put a bend into that left foot, gazing down towards our bigger toes, and let's come up into the middle. Let's place our hands on our hips, and let's just come forward, just halfway into forwards fold here. And we can place our hands onto the mat if that's good for you. Making it wider if you want. Placing your hands in line with your toes. Or you can kind of pull back here. So placing your hands the other way and just pulling back. Opening up your hips here a little to the side. Let's come back up again. So place your hands on your mat. Tiptoeing back in, bending your legs and pushing back up into standing. Let's step up to the top of our mat. Let's step back with our left. Inhale, our hands up towards the sky. Exhale, coming forward with our right knee this time. Feeling to stretch on our left lower leg. Opening up the hip flexors again now on the left. And bring some strength into our hip and glute area on our thighs, so we can maintain some strength in our hips. Use your breath, inhale nice and tall, exhale, bending that front leg a little bit more, still with the back leg back onto the mat. Straighten that front leg. We're going to turn our left foot, placing our left hand on our left hip, keeping a little bend in your right knee if you're hypermobile. If not, locking that leg, straightening your right arm out as far as you can, and then dropping that arm towards the chin or floor, reaching up with the left and coming into pyramid here on the other side. Hands stacked on top of each other, gazing towards the side, up towards your other hand. Taking a breath here. And gazing down towards your big toe and pressing up through your right hand, coming back up into standing. And let's come up to the top of the mat. From here, let's take a big step back with our right foot, turning it 90 degrees or so. So your front heel is in line with your inner step on the right. Let's bring our arms out to the side, shoulder height, and let's exhale, coming into Warrior Two here. So we're making sure our knees are staying in line with our hip, doesn't splay into the side. Our core is kind of on top, stacked on top of our hips, so we're not coming forward here, we're staying in the middle. We're pressing down through the outer side of our back foot, and we can turn our head and gaze over our fingers at the front, aiming wherever we're aiming for here in Warrior Two. Let's inhale now, straight spine, exhale, sinking further into that pose. And feel it singing here. Inhale, coming up a little, exhale, coming down into that pose. Beautiful. And let's come up, take it up to the other side. So turning your left foot, so it's now turning the long side of your mat, and your right, so it's at the back of your mat. Arms up to shoulder height if they're not there again. Inhale and exhale, folding into that right knee. Again, checking where your knee are according to your ankles. See if they're stacked on top of each other. If not, just tiptoeing and caterpillar walking your legs a little. Gazing over the front fingers again. And exhale, coming deeper into the pose. Inhale, nice long spine. Checking if your core is over your hips. Exhale, coming down into the pose. Beautiful, pushing back up. Come round to the side. And just folding forward. And sitting down onto the mat. And coming down onto your back. We're going to do bridge. So place your feet close to your buttocks. Bending your arms into robot arms. So your upper arms is on the mat. Close into your ribs. Hands turning side to side. So you nearly look like you're going to clap. Like a seal or something like that. And then we're going to tilt our pelvis towards us. Just elongating your neck again so it's nice and flat on the mat. Then we're going to lift our our lower back. Pressing them upper arms into the mat. Lifting our middle back. Pressing arms into the mat. And lifting our upper back. Making sure our knees don't splay out to the side. So just have a quick look. Checking if your knees are in line with your hip bones. No matter what size you are, the hip bones never change size. So just be realistic. Maybe just place your thumbs and find your hip bones. And then check. If you want, you can lift your right leg up towards the sky. Just getting some creaks out of the ankles, rotating them one way and then the other. Placing that right foot back down on the mat. Squeezing back up again. Squeezing your glutes, bringing your left leg up towards the sky, rotating your foot one way, then the other, placing that foot back down on the mat, last squeeze up, pressing your upper arms into the mat, and you can really feel how you can bring your chest towards your chin, and relax your upper back, your middle back, and your lower back, releasing your pelvis and hugging your knees back into the chest. Let's grab hold of our outer side of our feet or onto our shins or behind our thighs, and just coming into happy baby here for a little while. So we're thinking about bringing our knees towards our armpits, towards the floor, but just playing with it. It's feeling how your hips are now. This is always a nice tight pose for me, that's why I end up rocking. Just keep sane. Or you can keep it still if that's good for you. So inhale and exhale, pushing your knees further towards your elbows, coming into that pose just a little bit more. Using your breath, forget about the pain, forget about how much it stretches. In fact, don't forget about the pain. If you are in pain, you need to listen to it and see what's good for you. But if it's just a tightness pain, maybe just focus about your breath, and that will make you think about something else. So let's release our feet out to the side, out to the mat. And then let's roll onto our front. Let's push up into our plank, and then we're gonna bring our left knee towards our left hand, releasing that right foot behind. So we're really making that right foot long. We can have our hands under our shoulders and coming up into pigeon here. So this is another back bend. So we're kind of bending our lower back just to where it's good for you. And you can bring that left foot up towards your right hand if that's good for you. Mine was fine, just where it landed. And then exhale, folding forward over your leg, bringing your forearms onto the mat, hands turning towards each other again, like you're about to clap. And as inhale, pulling the spine nice and long, and exhale, maybe folding further forward. You can stack your hands on top of each other for a tower for your head. You can keep up on your elbows. You can place your forehead onto your mat. Just do what's good for you. And breathe. Don't know if anybody just heard my tummy growling there. It's nearly breakfast time. One more breath here. Place our hands back onto the mat, pushing up, curling your right toes under, pushing back into another plank. Let's bring our right knee towards our right hand, uncurling our left toes, bringing that leg nice and back, maybe bringing the right foot up towards the left hand, but just keeping it where it is, hands under shoulders, and coming into this stretch here. This side, I can really feel the stretch again here in my glutes. Or you might feel it on your left hip flexors, and if you feel it somewhere totally different, that's also fine. All our body's connected, all the muscles are connected, all the muscle tissues. So you will feel where your tightness is. That's just where I'm finding it today. So shining forward with our sternum, nice prone pigeon here, and then folding forward, forearms onto the mat. You can either stack your hands on top of each other as a pillow, or just releasing your forehead onto the mat. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. So you might find that you're feeling different in the pose on this side. That's perfectly normal, that one side is feeling different than the other. Really use your breath in this pose. One more breath here. pushing up on your hands. Releasing your right leg if you can. Might nearly got stuck. Nice strong plank here. So planks are making us strong in our whole body, helping us to be in a good, nice upright position, sitting up nice and tall, and just generally releasing pain around the body because it makes us stronger. Releasing your knees back down onto the mat and coming up into seated. Let's bring our feet together again. Maybe just moving your buttocks closer towards your feet. How far can you get? Rocking from side to side. Seeing how your hips are now. So let's close our eyes. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, bringing your knees out to the side again. Deep inhalation through your nostrils. Exhale through your mouth. Pushing them knees down towards the floor. One last breath here. And exhale through your mouth. Bring your legs out in front. Give them a squeeze. And just quickly lie down on the mat. I'm just checking how you feel today. Now you've done this. So place a hand on your heart and place a hand on your tummy. Observing your breath. And just checking in with your whole body, scanning from your feet, going up to your head, stopping at your hips and checking how they are now. Thank you for taking part, thank you for joining me. Love sharing yoga with you all. Let's hug our knees into our chest, rocking from side to side and pushing up into seated. Thank you all. It's always so lovely to see you. Drop me a message and I shall see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm taking part in a virtual triathlon. So I think we'll do it after the triathlon. So I'll see you then. Probably for some runners yoga tomorrow, as I'll be doing the running leg in the relay team.